New topic. Drivers who drive like they're the only ones on the road. We discussed the drivers who are out here acting like we owe them something. Well, even worse than them are the drivers who seem to think that all these streets were paved just so that they can get around. And they can't even comprehend what you're doing out here. They are all entirely inconvenienced by our mere existence on the road, and every move they make is without any consideration that someone else might be driving in their vicinity. That all sounds exaggerated, but it's not. Some of you are watching this because you agree and have seen it yourselves. But then there are some of you watching who cannot conceive that what I just described is a real thing. Well, let me help you out a little bit. Motorcyclists who do this, these people are completely bothered that we're taking up the lanes that are supposed to be used for driving. They cash in on their entitlement cards and take the lane that nobody's supposed to be in. Why do you think this is okay? Because you fit? There are plenty of shoulders around town which are wide enough for my vehicle, but we all know we ain't supposed to drive over there. If you think this is okay, well, then fuck you. Now this fucker here jumps in front of me, and then when someone almost does it to them, they seem to get upset. This is what I'm talking about. This driver thinks it's okay when they do it, but let someone else do it to them, and you can't convince them that they ever did something wrong. Now the driver of this Tacoma is having a bad day. Why? Well, because so many other people decided to go out and drive today. You know, we're all in this driver's way. Where do we get the audacity? We get to this light here and, well, actually back it up a little bit. There. See that sign? Good. Just making sure. So you can all see all these cars in this line, and if you're able to recognize black and white shapes, then you know why all the cars are in line here and nobody's over there. But this driver proves to be entirely disoriented by the shapes and suddenly thinks to himself, look at these fools sitting in a long S line when there's a perfectly good line empty over here. I mean, he must have considered himself the smartest driver in town, yet he failed to read the simple English on this sign that says, right lane must turn right. Now, in case you're giving the guy the benefit of the doubt and think that he might actually be turning, well, he can turn any time now, but he's not. Guess why? The light turns green and the driver gets around all these people because, again, he's entitled to be here. We're all just in the way. Now watch this. Sitting at this red light, these cars have a green arrow and have the right to turn, but only until we get a green light. Then they have to yield to us. Because, you know, everyone would crash into each other otherwise. Some people really don't get that that's what will happen. Anyway, we get the green, then this guy makes a quick turn despite the fact that he should have waited. That's becoming more and more normal in San Antonio as more and more dumb fucks take to the road. But when the guy who thought we all owed it to him to let him through was gone, these cars begin to make their way through the intersection. And then we all counter the driver who thinks this was all set up here just for them. Some of these vehicles have already gone through. It's clear that we're moving through this intersection here. And look at this driver. I mean, I can't fathom someone being this stupid, so it can't be just stupidity alone. They really think the roads are for them. I mean, for real, look at this. Excuse me, this is my intersection. I need to get through here. Geez, get your own intersection, people. I mean, that has to be what they're thinking. There's no other explanation. Here's another one. See, this lane is designated for turning, and also designated for those who are exempt from waiting in line. It's like a fast pass at a theme park. The privileged get to use it to jump in front of us common folk. No, this isn't a fucking theme park, and your selfish ass needs to wait. Oh wow, this is really nice. You know, they used to make sure you knew about stuff like this before issuing a driver's license. When you're waiting at a light, you're not supposed to block openings. I actually need to get across here. Now, I know this driver would feel like a failure in life if someone got in front of them in line, but I don't care, I just need to get across. Now, anyone who takes a look around and knows that, well, other drivers exist, would have no problem with this concept. But when you think you're the only one who has the right to be here, and hate that other people are even on the road with you, this is how you drive. Here's one more. Here you have a turning lane with its own light. As you can see, this light is red, while the cars going straight have a green. As a result, the line builds up a little bit here. So, of course, there are drivers who have paid for the right to skip the line, I think. Like this guy in his work truck. When the light turns green, he figures he can now flash his fast pass and get around the rest of us. I'm gonna end this one here, but for damn sure we'll see more of these drivers like this in the future. I mean, after all, We are driving an SATX.